Hey, what's up, Elevation Nation?
What's
Coach Lisa
on?
here.
Coach Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, just Adam.
Hey, we're coming back today to wrap up a little blocking.
That's just it.
Hey, I think next week we're gonna be open for some more camps, clinics, training teams. We're gonna get rolling here at Sports Express next week. So look for things on our website to join, tell your friends, pump out a little bit.
Yeah, as coaches, we advise all of you players to, even if you're not into sand, that is the easiest way to get your serve and pass reps. You should be playing sand if you can, even if you're not a sand person.
And I think the other thing we were talking about was all players need to coach. If you ever get the opportunity to volunteer for a team, get some volunteer hours in, or just work and coach some of the younger teams, very beneficial. You can learn a lot as a player by being a coach.
Yeah, coaching will make you a better player.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what are we doing first here today? We have coach comments, right? All right, awesome. So we got some comments from coaches on blocking and some of their favorite things, some of their tips that they like that we'd like to talk about today. So we're going to go with the first one is, I think, Coach Riley. I think Riley's leaving soon, isn't she, for Vegas?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day.
Officially. Tomorrow, Riley is going to Vegas. We are going to miss her tremendously.
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone tell Riley bye if you can.
Yeah, shout out to Riley. Riley better be coaching out in Las Vegas, that's for sure, because she needs to continue coaching.
Some good clubs out in Vegas, right?
So many clubs
Yes.
out in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a good Vegas Classic too out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so what did she say? Coach Riley said, take away space.
Totally agree. Bare minimum, help your defenders dig the ball, right? Just block court.
And I think when you say take away space, I think pressing over the net is a big key to that, though. Taking away space back here isn't the same as taking away space over the net. So I think that's a big deal. I think that's a good comment, but could be expanded on.
Yeah, so like I am no geometry major, but that 8 inches over the net is feet in the back row after the angles, right?
Yes,
So,
what is the...
I don't know. I'm not.
I think it's like every inch takes away 10 feet of space or something like that, or 5 feet of space.
Probably some denomination of feet, but I think you should appreciate the difference between like 4 inches versus 8 inches at the net.
Right.
Is significantly greater to your defenders.
Yes.
And they appreciate the effort, so get across the net.
All right, next comment. I can't read it.
Hold before read, quick reactions to read, and center body alignment to attacker's entry.
Okay.
So that's Howie the engineer.
I was
So the
going to say
volleyball
that's
coach.
very detailed. Howie, that's awesome. And I expect that from you.
Right.
What's your favorite thing on that?
I think, so we've got that's a lot. So the hold before read, I like the hold before read because all those coaches talk about being stopped. Like, you need to be stopped and balanced.
Right.
That is so often overlooked when middles start to lean left and try to go right and things like that. Be stopped and balanced. I think that's what he talks about, the hold before the read.
Mm-hmm.
The read goes back to the eye work. You know, what are you
Ball,
looking
center
at?
ball, hitter ball.
Exactly. And then,
And
Quick
reading
read.
approach angles of the hitter, right?
yes, so 4 talks about finding the hitter and what we call in positionals taking the charge, you know, just getting run over. Or if you're blocking tactically, your inside hand on the ball, outside hand on the ball, what are you giving away? Just some level of awareness of what space you're taking up, back to Riley's point.
So when you're coaching blocking, Adam, and you're playing against a team, how do you start your kids in their blocking system? Do you tell them to front the ball, or do you want a particular hand on the ball right away? Or is that until you know the tendency of the hitter across from them?
We do make adjustments after we know the tendency, but we start by default inside hand on the ball because it's hard to dig a ball line, or you know, when you're 12 feet away, 15 feet away, whatever the depth is.
Right.
Like, we funnel everything to our best defender on the court, which is a little barrel.
Right. So inside hand the inside hand on the court.
For the pin blocker.
Right.
For
And
the
then
pin block.
and then it's you don't get tooled as much because your inside hand's on the ball.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's our default approach. Do you have a different one or
Nope.
the same one?
I like the same thing.
Oh.
It may be hard for middles to close to that,
It is definitely harder.
but when we say, like, I think it was Jordan was saying middles, we're not supposed to reach over to close that block. Stay in a good position and let us dig that seam if you can't close the block. I think we need to think of that a little bit more sometimes.
I agree. And pins should help, right? That inside
That's
hand
right.
should go into that angle. So
Right.
like Sydney Muke said Tuesday.
All right, what do we have next? We have Coach Dan, yeah. Coach Dan, Wright State. Yeah, let's go, Raiders.
Footwork and eye sequencing. What do you got on that, Coach?
So I'm a big footwork person with setters and blockers. Sometimes I'll use blocking footwork just to do a warm-up.
Absolutely, instead of the static stretch,
Right.
that is so underrated. Like, just go
Yeah.
through your footwork, the triangles, the transition
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
because that footwork is muscle memory. It's just repetition. Then you can do it without even thinking about it.
It's functional.
Right.
Perfect.
And again, static footwork blocking and swing blocking, totally different. You could do something different each practice. I am a coach that likes to use both static and swing blocking, depending on maybe a team we're playing. But I do like the kids to learn both. So I think that footwork is definitely major, like a setting footwork. Eye sequencing, again, it's a lot of repetition with ball setter, ball hitter, ball. But really, you're not doing a lot of action in that. And I think sometimes kids take that for granted. Like, they think they need to be block the ball, block the ball, block the ball. But you forget how important the eye sequencing is.
I don't know if you can be successful without good eye sequencing.
Is that, and you say that successful, meaning if you don't have good eye sequencing, you're just going up and blocking air.
Right, like, you're going to get lucky sometimes,
Right.
but I'm talking about the ability to execute consistently requires good eye sequencing.
Right.
Like, you just have to. It's critical. Like, we don't want you to have good eye sequencing. We need you to have good eye sequencing.
Yes. Does can anyone comment on eye sequencing? Has any of your coaches taught you ball setter, ball hitter, eye sequencing? Will you comment in the comment section?
Yeah, or do you guys drop off the net when you know no one's attacking the ball?
Yes, that's a good
Right,
one.
because that shows eye sequencing and awareness.
Right.
But I like Dan's spell, yeah. So we swing block and slant block and wooden-footed block at the older ages and all
Yes.
that fun stuff. Like, all necessary.
Is it funny to you when a middle blocker's up and they're free balling?
Yeah. It's maddening. It's maddening.
Right.
Like, how are we not standing 14 feet off the net ready
Yes.
to go?
I've heard people call it drop. I've heard people say peel.
Yeah.
What else have you heard?
Well, we've got a drop call. Our call
Do you
was
say drop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
drop. Everybody just goes. Like, let's just get off the net. If they're not trying to score, we're not blocking.
If you're if the opponent is hitting a down ball from the floor or a free ball, the middle should be calling a drop or a free or
Something.
peel
Yeah.
or get off the net. I don't know. And does anyone have anything that they use for their teams other than drop to get off the net on a free ball? I'd like to hear that because I haven't heard anything else. I've always said peel in the sand,
Or
and I've
stay
said
down, drop something.
Yeah,
whatever.
down or-
yeah.
all right. Who's
Yeah.
next? Coach Albug.
For 12 specifically, 12s, we're working on finding hitters when in serve receive, introduce footwork, focus on finishing our hands and belly buttons to zone 6.
Awesome.
Pinky is over. Talk about ball setter, ball hitter, but focus mainly on ball hitter. It's a lot of 12s.
That is. Gosh, you guys are lucky to have Coach Allie at 12s there. I coached her for a couple of years.
I did not know that. I coached her sister.
Oh,
She
you
was a
did?
baller. She was a baller.
Yes, yeah. Haley's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So was Allie. So Albug was on my team at Cincy Classics.
Awesome.
long time ago. She was a stud defender of
Yeah?
everyone.
I guess it runs in the family?
Must be, huh?
Yeah, that's super cool.
I like this. I like that you're working on that at 12s, right? Footwork. It's hard again because 12s want to play. So footwork sometimes is boring for 12-year-olds.
Necessary though.
Necessary, and if you like it, you're going to be really good.
Exactly. It's going to raise your ceiling. I think as players, it's hard to understand. Like, I think some good coaches train some things at younger ages and never expect them to be done in the game.
Right.
And that's okay. Like, that's cool. Like, we're going to train this in practice. You're going to do it in a game, and it'll matter next year.
Right.
That's a hard thing to wrap your head around.
And I think, when our coaches have played at high levels before, they kind of get that.
Right.
And Allie's played at a high level, and I think she understands that progression into the older ages as well. It was cool because she even wrote down on there, belly button to zone 6. That's what Lexi Reinert said, right?
Yes.
So getting that core around finishing in is a big deal, so I think that's pretty cool.
Very good.
We didn't have any comments on what people call for.
No. Do
drops.
they not have a call? They might not.
Right? Is
That's
that
possible.
I'm
If you don't have
wondering.
a call, say you don't have a call. Somebody show us they made a decision on the
Somebody's
issue.
got to tell us
Yeah.
what they call when if a free ball comes over, they say free, but middles, do you drop off the net?
Are you trying to block
Are you-
every single thing?
Right? Are you blocking a free ball?
Yeah. At 17s and 18s, if the back row hitter is not terminal, we still drop.
Right.
Like if
And
you
you
don't
get
have
a 15-foot approach, don't you?
exactly, yeah. If you don't have a super live arm and can't prove that you're just super terminal, we'll let
We're
you
off.
swing.
Absolutely. I'm so confident in our defense and ball control.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would rather dig that than
Spray
get a
the ball
tool
at the hand.
somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so, nobody's gonna comment. Can you hear us?
Are we speaking like men?
Yeah. Again.
You-
Hopefully, I'm speaking like a man. Hopefully.
Okay, who do we have next up, Alyssa? We have Coach Susie. Yay.
Remember, over your hitter is big hands up and really fast. Talk to each other, find the center. Can you read that one? Know if she is front row or back row. Talk about tendencies that she. Susie is a good communicator. I like it. A lot of the communication happens before the execution, and a lot of those things happen before the serve.
And I think that's such a big deal at 13s that Susie does such a good job with, is helping them to understand those kind of things that they may not understand the why of it yet.
Exactly.
But communication, number 3 there, is every single person in our Tuesday said vocal.
Absolutely, and like I think that is still a problem at older ages. Like when the problem is what are we getting beat? It's passing. Like what does that mean? Like are we not finding the ball early? Are our hands late? Are they bad? Like what's going on? Specificity, like
But
how
if
to
your
communicate.
problem is communication,
They are.
shame on us, right?
Absolutely.
I like the big hands and really fast. That's why when I'm a swing blocker, Adam, I loved how Brooke said the 2 differences between Dayton and Indiana was long arms and short arms. I'm a short arm person because I feel like short arms can get us over the net quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big person on getting our arms over really fast. So I like number 2 on Susie.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can be a long arm person and still get your hands over the net fast. I think is what I preach. I'm a long arm person, and we preach, hands to the ball as fast as possible.
Right.
So our big cue is like start pressing before you finish jumping.
Yes.
Like you can start to press on your way up for you long older kids, but I mean that also makes them make a decision though, because I'm okay on a great tempo ball. You're just going to slam and pop.
Right.
Like you can't swing block everything.
Yeah.
Like, some people do, and that's okay. But we lean a lot on awareness and decision making.
Right. And if your arms are over fast, again, defense likes you. They can get set up quicker. All right, up next, Coach Vic. What's Coach Vic have to say about blocking?
It's not only about arm and shoulder engagement, but core engagement too.
Good comments from our alumni as well, right?
Right? Yeah, I think blocking at high level is all about your core.
Absolutely.
Like it all comes from there.
And I think
So,
when people think core, they think stomach, but that's back as well. Like your back has to be strong.
yeah, whatever muscles are under the shoulders,
Right.
Everything's strong. Like,
Right.
it all starts there and
What's-
radiates out. I don't know what muscle that is.
And in the
Or I would've
boxer
said
one, it's
it.
like serratus anterior or something.
Right. But yeah, I agree. That's simply put, that works.
All right, next up, Coach Minnie.
Eddie, he used the phrase, it's not how high, but how far over to indicate what makes an effective blocker. I also stress that block is a noun and not a verb. A block is a thing that is built to cover part of the court. Our defenders then cover the part left uncovered by the block. Coach Mitty, PhD.
I know. I love listening to Coach Mitty. He does a good job even informing parents on how to play volleyball.
Right, right.
And that's just, man, wisdom, right?
It is. Fun fact, he's my cousin.
That's
Did
so
you know
funny.
that?
Have you ever gone to any weddings at the same place?
Yeah, we had some family reunions. and
Yeah?
Stuff, yeah. Coach Mitty.
You talk volleyball?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So yeah, he brings up a great point with getting over the net. Again, that's what we started off talking with, right? Penetrating that net takes away court space.
Yes.
Inches in the net equals feet that a defender does not have to cover.
Yes.
Big, big deal.
Yes.
I am a big proponent of blocking the ball. Okay, so when I want these girls to go over with intention, and I don't know if we've said that yet, but I think the intention is to block the ball.
Yes.
And not just to take away space, because we need to go up with an intention of doing something up there,
Agreed.
but being okay with a good touch.
Yeah, that's that middle ground. So like everybody talks about good news, bad news. Like good news, no news, totally neutral, or bad news, right?
Right.
Like be okay in the neutral. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to view it as a negative. Like if you don't get a block all day, but your libero has a ton of digs and they're hitting her, like you're blocking well.
You're right.
Like that's a good thing. And you have no blocks. Like, you're doing it well.
Occasionally, it's nice when you see the defenders go up to the blockers and say, "That was an awesome block."
Right. And they hit right to
behind
you. That's the
Good
block.
job, yes.
That's so trivia question. After the ace, what's the next best point?
All right, can we answer
Bonus
that
points
one?
for why? They didn't answer the last one. Are we on?
After the ace, what's the next best point? Adam,
Yes.
how do you feel about blocking cheers?
Blocking cheers. I bet that's cool for the little kids.
I'm a little neutral on the blocking.
Are you?
I'm not a big person on cheering for any other like attack, kill, or ace. And
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
But I'm okay sometimes with a woo occasionally.
Or just a loud
Or
scream,
just a-
like yes.
Yeah,
Like,
because when
somebody
you
should
get
know.
it, yeah. When I played college ball, getting a block was the best point ever. Yes, that is right,
Aaron Gonzalez, winner. Good
That's
job.
right.
With the reason.
Elise.
Yeah, there's no transition, no decision making, no footwork, block, point, done.
Yes,
Love it.
Fun fact, they are there.
Yeah, right there.
yes.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, if you get a block, somebody should know. Somebody
Oh,
else should know. Yeah, it's like, it's
absolutely.
okay to let them know.
Yes.
I like that. All right, now we have the top 60 best women's blocks in the VNL.
Would you like to share why we're going through this?
Do you want to share? Can we share?
No, go ahead.
We were shout out to Sydney Barrett for our loan submission this week. Awesome job, Sid. Thank you. But we're going to touch on some high level blocking stuff, just because it is significantly more dramatic at this level.
Yes, definitely. We're touching a lot higher.
Yes, and moves are a lot bigger, and balls moving a lot faster. So it is probably easiest to see the result of all the effort and all the things we're talking about at this level versus any other.
Right.
So let's start it.
Take 2.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Little bit of a 2-step
Oh.
swing block there.
look at that strong outside hand.
Yeah.
Super strong. Jeez. Way to stay loaded. See?
Yeah, so it looks like China is staying loaded, blocking. That's awesome.
Great block touch. That's a free ball now. Got a bit of a trap.
A little shoulder roll there.
Oh, gotta aim high out of system, right?
So it looked like the middle blocked, dropped her inside hand, huh?
Did she? I couldn't see. I didn't know if she just didn't swing at
Sure did.
Yeah.
That middle got that
Yeah.
with her lefty.
it. Way to see that.
I love that when middles drop that inside hand and
Goes
get a
back
block.
to
I think
vision,
it
yeah.
surprises them.
I think it should be done more often.
Oh, I love the turn towards zone 6, the core.
Oh. Out of system, middle's already there. See, the middle's already there before the set's made, and the right side gets back. Left side stayed to help. See
Yeah,
that?
she
Left side
sure
didn't
did.
go anywhere. There's nobody behind her. Left side knew it.
Drop that left hand. That was nice.
Middle's already out. See, out of system. Oh,
Little
Jeez.
2-step swing block.
coach would set up the 2-step swing block. They don't do it from the middle, do they?
They don't. Well,
Why?
unless they're shuffled over. Like that
Exactly.
middle just shuffled over to the right
Right.
side, didn't she?
Why the middle? Why was the middle?
Because she
shuffle
knew
over?
where she was going, right? Did
Right,
she read
yeah.
her? She read that
That's
setter.
the eye work.
Yes, that is eye sequencing. Oh, she wanted to hit that. Oh, core to 6. Good core to 6. That's a static block.
Palms are back.
No swing block. She just stayed static on that.
It's a middle D. I think back to the middle. Love it. Shuffle. Hands to the ball.
Oh, was that her left hand?
Yeah, left hand dives back in. She
Yes.
sees that.
When we're talking about that middle dropping that inside left hand on that, oh, that's so, we don't do that enough. I think that's hard.
It is hard. It's
But I
hard
think
in
it's because
18s
they
and
don't
17s too.
get it. They don't understand why you need to bring that left hand back around.
Do you do that every time by default, or do
No.
you stay there?
I think because a lot of times we want to reach and close, right?
Right.
But because we're not balanced, maybe we do that. So I feel like when we get balanced, it's easier to get that press with that left hand, don't you?
I agree. There is a real swing out there by left sides who just bomb balls
Hard
under the
cross.
middle's left hand.
Yeah.
Like, that's a normal thing, but like, middles should be able to see that, especially some of these big middles we have, big athletic, good, skilled middles we have. We
We
should
do.
start pushing the envelope there. I think we can get better in that with that respect to the dropping of the inside hand.
Right. I like this one. Looks like the left side on the blue team's. She's prepped,
Gone.
ready to swing. She's
Well,
like,
the
I'm-
middle's not in the middle, right?
Right,
So she
no.
left. That's
Yeah.
good. I worked by the
That
left
is.
front. It's a left hand by the middle again.
Yep. I like that they're showing a lot of those because we didn't talk about that much.
It's a high level thing. You have to be physical enough to be able to do that, right? Long enough, tall enough, jump high enough.
You do. Ah. So they blocked that back row attack. Why do you think that was? Because it was an in-system back row attack, correct?
Exactly. And she's terminal. She can score out of the back row. Not everyone can score out of the back row.
That's that middle again. Core to 6. Strong core, everyone. Strong core.
Look at that left side go. Love it. Hands are up.
Core to 6.
That's height, right? Oh, that's
Yes.
just-
Everyone
that's
gets
just-
so fired up for a big block. Big block.
Look how early those hands go over. They jump high, but their hands are over before they're finished jumping. Their hands are super fast to the ball. Wow,
You wanna
she's
see
she's still on her way up.
She's big. Number 2.
She is. Left side's already gone. That's a static
Yeah,
block.
was that a triple block? I think that was a triple block. She bump set the right side. The right side from the white team came over and triple blocked. She sure did.
Yeah.
Because she knew where she was going. She was already over there. I've had that happen. I had that happen in high school this year. Annie Lockett went to triple block,
Awesome.
and she goes, "Should I have just done that?" And I said, "Yes, you were already there. You might as well go up to block."
Why not?
It was awesome.
That's great. And wow, this advertising plays. Let's you know what I noticed at a lot of these, for the older kids that are listening, do you see all of these players drawing out their block?
All, yes.
Like that's.
And I know
something
they have
we
a
don't
lot
do enough.
more vert,
Yeah.
so they have a little more time to draw it out.
I think from the 16s, 17s, and 18s, and
should
some
be,
of the stronger 15s, we can be doing a better job
Drawing that.
drawing out our block.
Right.
So put in the comments if you know what drawing out your block means, please. And I know we talked about this at positional, so I'm
What
curious.
does drawing out the block mean?
Yeah, somebody, I know you guys know this. There it is, hands are over the net.
4 to
Yeah.
6. They are over before she contacts the hit.
Yeah. Cool. And I think they're comfortable operating in that, like, I feel a little late space. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's why this middle start to reach and stuff. Like,
Right.
you can get a block on your way up. Oh. That's always bad. Like, if you get blocked out of the back row, you're sad. Right? You feel sad when you
You
get blocked
feel
out of the back
sad.
row. We've all,
You should be hitting over top.
Yeah, you're on the back row. Like that, you shouldn't get clamped with that. For us, it's a different level here.
So I'm noticing there's a lot of short arm swing blocks. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Not a lot of long arm swing blocks. A lot
Ah,
of
there's
short.
no swing block there. See that middle? Watch that middle. Shuffle,
She just
shuffle,
shuffled,
shuffle,
pop.
reach. See that?
She did. Somebody has some long arms right there.
See the right side work their way back in?
Yes.
Good help.
That almost looked late to me. No, it's not. That's not late.
But being late as a blocker happens. Right? When in
Yes.
the system, I mean, it just happens.
And nobody flexes on a kill like they flex on a block.
True. True.
Quarter
That's a big
six.
swing block.
Quarter 6. What do we got here?
Any comments?
No comments yet. Do we have another video
Yeah.
after this one? Skip the ad.
Technical difficulty.
Good short arms.
Yeah.
Quarter 6.
See the shift of the blockers early?
I would love for somebody to be mic'd up for us to hear their vocal because it's, you know,
It'd be
vocals.
loud.
Yeah. You're not covering that ball.
No. Nope. Or that one. 24-22, that's a huge point.
I would like to know, come on, comments. I would like to know, as a defender, when you cover the ball, where are your eyes? Is that a great question or what, Adam?
They only comment on ones they know, though. Somebody
You're
take
right.
a guess, and if you're wrong, learn the answer. That's it.
Tell me,
Focus,
as
you
a
can be wrong.
defender, when you go cover a hitter, where are your eyes in coverage?
Oh my gosh. I like how they're putting their hands on the ball, and she looked dejected. You see that face?
She did. Her bubble was popped.
Yeah. The block.
Aaron Gonzalez on the hitter, Sydney Barrett, the block, Cor Ludwig on the blocker,
The block is right. Right.
Sakura. When you're covering, look at the blocker's hands. Yes, so as you're covering, you need to be looking at the blocker's hands because you want to dig the ball off the block. Your hitter might be really pretty when she's getting that kill, but if that ball hits the block, it's coming over fast.
Right.
So as we go into cover, I like to do a lot of eye work for our defenders to look up at the block. Because it's so easy to watch a hitter hit.
Yeah, especially those high flyers.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can get 'em mesmerized.
Yes. Best coverage person I feel like that's gone through our club is Maggie Huber.
Yeah, absolutely.
She looked up at the block
Absolutely.
every time, pulled that ball off the net.
Yeah, it's just-
There is not a stat for coverage either.
which
It's-
is ridiculous.
it's
It was
a-
not a dig.
No, it is a servant. It's a humble servant for your team. Yes. Quarter to 6.
Yeah. See how they're penetrating the play before they start to go up. They
Right.
finish and they hold it and they draw it out. Like, it's more like a process than a single event, you know?
That
what
was
I'm
nice.
saying?
I felt like the middle's very balanced on this one, don't you?
And she's gigantic. She was before.
Did you see that middle bail? She peeled. Middle
Did she?
peeled
Oh,
because that girl went to two hands, set the ball over the net. And the middle was like,
the right answer.
middle, yeah,
Wow.
she's going up to two hand set. Middle's like, drop.
Yeah, no block. See, why would you block that?
Right, I'm going to go hit.
Yeah. And then she got
And then she did. She sure did. She wanted to go hit, and then that girl's like, no.
left side leaks in the slide. Look at that. Good off blocker dig.
Do you swing block your slides or you static block? I static block my
It's
slides.
static. It's a good one.
Yeah.
The bad, when the slide is set like the back five.
Yeah, the
we're not
high
really-
slide
yeah,
and
we're
swing
not-
block. But that slide set should be so fast that you should static block that.
The slide
Otherwise,
is not a back five.
right. Otherwise, the defense can set up behind you.
Right. And we slide a lot.
In my opinion, I'm sure there's
No, yeah, I'm with
coaches
you.
that
But we set slides when the setter is behind the 10-foot line.
right.
We like the one-footed change of everything, right? And it just works.
That went down so fast you almost didn't see it.
Ooh.
The pool sounds good. So did that one. That went down pretty quick.
Strong
So that
right
yeah,
hand.
that looked like a one-on-one blocking system. Every blocker had a player. Probably because their tempo was so fast.
All the balls get back to 6 though, right?
They do. Their cores.
And the outside
Even-
hand is strong though.
Even
right?
if they're late, they're finishing to 6.
Cores and their hands, right? So that left hand gets back into the
Yeah.
court. You get past the ball, you can do that. Just a hair past the ball. Ooh.
Good drop of the inside hand by that pin. Oh, that was big.
She knew it too. She's
She did.
"Oh, darn it. See that right hand though? It's a right side, that right hand is back to 6.
Yes.
It's past the ball. Just inside hands on the ball.
Correct. And that's why they don't get tooled as much.
Exactly.
You put your outside hand on the ball, you're probably going to get tooled a little more, right?
It's harder. It's just a different angle, a different setup, and
Quarter to 6. And all their starting positions are pretty relaxed. You see them,
Or
they're
five.
loaded, their knees are bent, loaded arms look pretty relaxed.
That was
They're-
a static fly from the
that
right
was,
side.
yeah. Little quick elbow swing.
She just went like, that's a tight ball. She just grabs the ball. Just grab the ball. You see the ball, grab the ball,
Right.
right? Go block the ball.
block the ball, because that's the
Right.
goal.
Yeah,
If you're a
block
blocker.
the ball. It's that simple. Don't make it unnecessarily difficult.
Best points, aces and blocks.
For sure.
We like to go after both of them.
Yes. Yes.
Do you ever do any progressions with little weighted balls in your hands for blocking to create strong cores?
Yeah, we actually, like, from a static position, you take the med ball and you jump, and you drop the med ball over
Press
the net
it
and
over.
land.
You're right.
Like, land balanced. Like, I see so many players landing unbalanced or on their heels, or,
Right.
like, that just means you weren't strong in your core.
Right.
Like,
And that-
be strong in your
and that
core and
doing
then
that-
land balanced when everything's right.
Doing that progression with the med ball sometimes, or a little weighted ball, really
Makes them
does
focus
help
on
you
that, exactly.
focus on that core a little better. Good.
Yeah, it's funny. How many times have you done that progression and somebody goes to land or something like, whoa. That's the most often comment I hear is, whoa. Like,
Right.
Didn't realize it, didn't feel it, didn't think about it. That med ball progression we coach is not a think thing for the player, it's a feel thing.
It's a feel thing.
And they get a lot out of that.
So you can go with the med ball and then go without it, and then they get that feeling of
Exactly.
doing it with it, and now they're doing it without it. It transfers into the block.
Exactly.
I like that Elise, she's doing the takeover this weekend, I believe. She was using something to press against the wall,
Yes.
and that's actually a good thing for your core as well.
Yes.
I don't know what she was using, if it was tennis balls. Elise, what were you using when you were pressing the ball against the wall the other day in your video?
That's old school. That's been around from the beginning of time because it works. It
It
just
works.
works. Like, that's good for Elise.
Yep, we want to feel stuff.
Yeah, you're athletes, right?
Right.
Sometimes we can be overly analytical. Like,
Yeah,
let your
right.
body take over and just get it.
Hey, how many more do these we have left? Alyssa, how many more of these? We're gonna keep going?
Is this the very last one?
Well, this is the last of skill stuff, right?
Yes, would anybody like to see anything else in some of these live video sessions?
At least use 2
Let's see.
softballs.
Ah, good.
Perfect.
Yeah, good size too for your hands. Good job, Elise, thumbs up for you.
Yeah.
Comment if you would like to see anything else in video sessions. We would love to give you more and can break down some video if you have your team that you want to get together and want to do some team video breakdown. But comment in here if you'd like to see something else, or maybe something we hadn't covered yet, or maybe you want to send in some submissions of your parents doing things.
Or if
I-
you
I-
want to learn
actually-
how to ref, like,
Like,
you
yeah,
want to
that-
know. Like,
Yeah.
That learning how to rep is valuable. Like I like to bring in a guest coach. So like, as a player or a coach, I wouldn't be mad if some other coaches dissected film.
Right.
That'd be interesting. You guys learn a lot by other coaches talking about your film. They have a new set of eyes, a fresh perspective, things like that. I mean, it could be a reiteration of what you've already heard, or you likely hear something new.
Right. I like to bring in other coaches as well to my practices, just to have a different eyeball.
Exactly.
Sometimes we get stuck on one thing, and another coach could make us see out of a different lens, and it's so valuable.
It is, and it's like you're just like, oh yeah, like you have that aha moment
Right.
often. So
That's also why I like, some of my kids that take lessons from me to see other trainers, so they can get it out of a different lens as well.
absolutely,
Yes.
that is super helpful. That's all I've got.
Me too.
Cool,
Awesome. See you this weekend, Elise, on Instagram Takeover.
for sure. Good job. See you guys.
Elevate your game.